Hey,
Hello, Chelsea. How are you doing?
fine. I was going to speak to you in Spanish. I'm like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenas noches.
Muy bien. Well, that sounds good.
How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Doing very well. Yeah, still in the lockdown, but counting down for the days that will open again,
Oh,
hopefully soon. Yeah.
well, yeah, same over here. I live in Georgia, so they just reopened the state, and I'm like, no.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you so much for letting me interview you. I really appreciate it.
It's
Um,
my pleasure. I was very excited for that. Thank you for inviting me.
no problem. I'm so excited. Okay, so
Me too.
pull up the questions and we can get started.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Have you like been to America? Like have you came over here yet?
Actually, not that much. Not that much. I was born in Dallas, in Texas, but since yeah, because my parents they were studying there at that moment, but since I was 3 years old, that I'm living here in Spain, in Europe. So just quick travels, but not as much as I would like to.
Oh, okay. I love it over there in Europe. I've been to Paris and it was so beautiful.
Beautiful, the city of love.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
get your questions and we can get started. Okay. So of course, the first question is, where are you from?
So, well, as I said before, I was born in the U.S. in Dallas, Texas. My mother is Dutch from Holland, and my father is Spanish. But since I was 3 years old, I'm living here in Spain, in the northeast, in a very nice beach area called La Costa Brava, close by Girona. It's about 2 hours from Barcelona city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and from yeah, well, a bit from everywhere. I always say I'm from the world, just like such a mix.
How do you pronounce the city? How do you pronounce
My city, Girona, Girona. It's like Girona. Yeah,
it? Did I say that right?
yeah, perfect. I told you your Spanish. It's not bad, huh?
Thank you. Okay, so for my next question, why chiropractic?
Yeah, I love that question. Actually, I always wanted to have medical studies just to help people because I'm someone since school, since a kid, I'm always helping everyone, and I like to be part of that profession. But I hate hospitals. I can't see blood, so it wasn't a a bright future for me if I would have been an MD. So, because I was very into martial arts and I'm very active and energetical person, when my sister she decided to study chiropractic, I went there to listen to some lessons, to meet some teachers and have some chats with them. And I truly fell in love with the chiropractic philosophy, and I thought it was perfect profession for me. You just travel with your own two hands. You can help people. You are active and standing all time and very social. We can hug our patients. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's a great answer. I definitely agree with that, especially with the whole hospital thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like no white coats needed, just our flow. Yeah. And also, respecting the body, the natural way to heal itself. I love that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, my next question is, what is your educational background?
Yeah, so when my sister, she was studying in the first Spanish chiropractic university in Madrid, which is the capital city of Spain. And I went there, and actually I had to start there straight away. And that was around, I was 16, finishing the 2 years you have to do after the high school studies. And but at that moment, Barcelona, they opened the very first chiropractic university in that city, the second one in Spain, and I'm in love of Barcelona city. So I had no doubts, and I just went straight from after my compulsory studies, let's say the minimum you can have. Then straight started when I was 18 years old. It's when I started my chiropractic school. Yeah.
Wow, that is
So
amazing.
straight chiropractic.
So, I guess this ties into my next question. What chiropractic school did you attend and why?
Yeah, so obviously, very proudly, I can say I'm part of the first promotion of Barcelona College of Chiropractic. And the reason why it's because I fell in love with the vitalistic philosophy, that the same power that creates the body heals the body. And I really love that adventure about being the first promotion. I still remember going to listen to the speech of Dr. Adrian Wemban, which is the principal of our school, and he did it in his clinic, saying, "Okay, if we are more than 10 that sign up, then we will open the school. If not, you can always choose Madrid. So let's see if we can make it happen." And I was very keen on being part of that beautiful project built from all the chiropractors in that community, in that area, that they sponsored the university. They created with so much love. So I was definitely into that journey. So I chose Barcelona College of Chiropractic. Yeah.
That's amazing to be a part of like a first class of a school. That is definitely
Yeah.
amazing. So, what, how was like your chiropractic experience at school? How many years is your program?
So it's 5 years, and you have to have this background. If you come straight from these 2 years that I told you before the university, and you chose like biology type, let's say like this, biochemistry, you can just go straight in, and then you do just 5 years, and the last 2 years and a half you are also intern in the clinic, and the last year you do your thesis.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, how was your experience going through chiropractic school, especially being like the first class?
Yeah, I think you're asking to the right person. We were guinea pigs, so it's very funny. We have so many stories that the teacher shows up or the teacher doesn't show up because the timetable was mixed, and the principal sending emails at 4 a.m. and things like this. But so I'm very organized person, and we felt being guinea pigs. But to be honest, we were also very, very spoiled, because all those chiropractors who created that, they were aware, and they spoiled us very much. They came to give us a lot of philosophy speech. They came to give us extra adjusting sessions if they knew that we would need more of that and we couldn't have it in a normal lesson. They would just support that.
Yeah.
And also the nicest thing is, they used to do also these leadership weekends, and it was a weekend in a house with Dr. Mark Hudson. At that moment he was organizing that, and we could walk on fire coals, and we could do all these personal development activities. And they were very aware about preparing us more as healers and not only as chiropractors. And I love that adventure. We really were that, and we were like a family. It was very nice. We were a big family, and because we didn't have many more students, so you just make your colleagues part of your journey, or your beautiful journey. And it was a lot of ups and downs, but I'm always very proud that I come from that university.
Oh, that's amazing. You sound like you had a great experience, and I'm glad you did.
Yes, indeed.
It was fun.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
My next question is, did you start off with your own practice after graduating, or did you start off as an associate, and how was your experience?
Yeah, I started as an associate. That's a great question, Chelsea, because when I was studying, I really wanted to learn also how to manage a practice. So I was also working as a CA, as a chiropractic assistant, but not only doing desk job, but more doing first visits, reevaluation, so connecting already with the patient. And I was having so much fun in that clinic with Dr. Brock McCarthy, and he hired me as a doctor straight away when I graduated. That was amazing. So I could learn from him, from his coach, Dr. Russ Rosen, and build up all these communication skills. It was really cool. But after that, I wanted to change and to have other experiences. And I went to work as an associate to many other practices of Barcelona, of the same city. And it was very funny because one was very particular and keen with one technique, and then the other one was exactly the opposite, and or open room, and the other one was closed room. So it was, but it was fun and it was good because I really wanted to get the most out of each clinic since they were very different. And I really was learning how I really wanted to practice and what I didn't want, you know.
Mhm.
So there was a moment that I decided to move out of Spain because, you know, like I love traveling as well. And the opportunity came to me to move to Holland. And because my mom is Dutch, as I said before, I couldn't say no. I was really, really excited to improve my Dutch language. And I moved to a clinic where the owner was about to retire, and I started managing that clinic together with my colleague there. And there it was also an amazing experience about putting all this knowledge and experience in practice together with Dr. Bad and my colleague at the time. And at the moment that he decided to buy the practice, I was like, well, now I become like part of that project. So this means I stay longer in Holland or what? And there I knew very clearly that I really wanted to go back and open my own practice. I was ready to apply all this knowledge. I was ready to give it all, but for my community. And I went back to Barcelona. And in October, I opened Momentum Chiropractic, which is my beautiful practice in the heart of Barcelona, in the city center.
Oh, that's amazing. That and great advice to give someone to, especially me, because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do after. So that's
Uh-huh.
nice.
Yeah, it's great to first, know what you don't want and also what you are good at. And once you test it out there, then you can just build it yourself. But I always suggest not opening straight away, even though it's a great idea. My sister did that. She opened straight away. But I really love that idea to learn from others and being associate. It's good.
Well, that's great. That's amazing. And I guess that goes into my next question. How long have you been practicing for?
6 years already.
Oh, does it
Yeah.
years?
Sorry, say it again.
Does it feel like 6 years has passed already?
Well, it went very quick. Actually, last year the university sent us that they were celebrating the first decade of the opening, and I was like, "Wow, the first decade!" It went really, really quick. Seriously, I guess that's a good sign.
Right. And what is the name of your practice and why did you name it that?
So the name of my practice is Momentum. And I name it like that. I will tell you the real story. That was my two best friends. Well, at that moment, I was still living in Holland, and one she lives in the UK, and the other one was in Barcelona, in Spain. And the three of us, we did a Skype call, each of us with one or two glasses of wine, and we were just brainstorming, trying to find a name for my practice. And I really want something personal. And with one of my friends, with Anna, we did this Dr. Joe Dispenza seminar about meditation. So we were a lot in the quantum field. And when I said, yeah, I wanted something personal, I don't know, something that it represents me. And she said, momentum. And she said that. And straight away, the explanation of why momentum had to be the name came in my mind. It was perfect. Actually, it starts like my name, Montse. And also, yeah. And also, I just thought that momentum in physics means movement, and the adjustments in the spine are just to bring movement. But also for me, it's more the quantum physics meaning, which is this synergy of harmony of things happening. So through the adjustment, which is movement, the patient is healing, and that's my momentum with the patient, and the patient's momentum to gain momentum in their healing process, in their quality of life. And that's actually momentum. And funny enough, after a couple of days that I decided that would be the name, a friend of mine that I love surfing and she loves surfing too, she invited me to go to the cinema together. And I didn't know, but we were about to watch a documentary called Momentum, and it was a surfing documentary. And after after watching this documentary, I saw these surfers catching the right wave, and getting this momentum on the board and reconnecting with nature and getting, like improving the skills until bringing it in the top and competing, doing competitions worldwide. And I really love that surfing, that wave, that flow is exactly the flow that I want the patients to live with their own lives, and to serve all the bad things to the good things, innate intelligence flowing in all the body, just like surfers on the waves. I just love my name. Thank you for asking that.
Oh, I love it too. I love how, like, how you made it very personal to you, and just, instead of just naming it anything, like you named it something that's close to you. So
Yeah.
I love how it goes along with chiropractic. So,
Thank you. Yeah.
um, my next question is, are you certified in any special techniques like upper cervical, ICPA, sports chiropractic, or Gonstead?
Yeah, I'm kind of a seminar freak. I love doing seminars. I do a lot of seminars. So I did the 100 hours of applied kinesiology. I did the SOT Model 1 and Model 2, which was CMRT. I did the 4 models of Steve Williams of pediatrics. I did many seminars of 2 of Gonstead and 2 of upper cervical. And as I said, I have this martial arts mentality that, to get the black belt, you need to train a lot. And I did a lot, but to be very honest, after everything I did, what I do right now is I'm mastering the art of the adjusting manually, structurally, but in order not to get us straight, but to make us function better, to get this tone back. And what I do is I do basically all the seminars as much as I can, from syntropy training. I don't know if you know Dr. Aaron and Dr. Patrick McMahon and Dr. Aaron Morris. They just built these seminars, which personally they are friends of mine. And when they adjust me, it's exactly the adjustment that I want to provide to my patients when I'm serving. And I was like, I need to learn exactly this. And I started to train in their seminars, and I train at home every day. I do my drills. And when I can, I just go and do their seminars. And basically, I do exactly what they teach. Yeah, which is structural manual, but with a nice principle behind.
That's amazing, especially the fact like you're so determined, like to go to all these seminars. Like my question is, how do you like find the time to do all of that? Because amazing.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Well, it's about priorities, and one advice I can give you is to find which are your values at that moment, which obviously will change, But for me, my 3 values, number 1, it's personal development. Number 2, it's chiropractic. I don't want to say work because it's not a work, it's, you know, a passion. So it's chiropractic. And number three, it's building my wealth. So basically, if with all the tasks you have, you stick living in your values, you will know exactly which priorities you have. So in terms of a weekend, I already plan in advance. Normally when I start the year, I say, okay, which are my goals? Which are my goals in every area of my life, you know, in love, family, but also in chiropractic. And every year I was like, okay, I want to focus on this. And our profession is beautiful, but because of that, there are so many techniques and amazing people out there and coachings, and you know, it's just like I have all this hunger that I want to learn it all, and you know, energetically as well, and this as well, but we can't do it all. So I did it. For example, the very first year after graduating, I focused more in personal development. So everything, all these other seminars that were out of that goal, you know, I just wanted to be ready to be a healer. And also, if you work high volume, you really need, your energy needs to be way higher than all the rest. You need to run the show. So you need to be very clear. And you know, life is tough, and we all have to work our things. You know, I love when they say we have to clear the subluxation between the ears. And so I focus on all these personal development seminars like Joe Dispenza, Dr. John DeMartini, Tony Robbins. Then after that, I knew that I wanted to master the art of adjusting, which you never stop. You know, I always did some seminars here and there about adjusting. But you know, I knew that I would do, and it's in 1 year I did, I think, like 8 syntropy seminars, and it just like every 2 months, whatever, I was just picking that model or repeating that model. But just that, if there would be another pediatric seminar coming, which I love kids and babies, but was not my priority, I would just put it for another year. And if you have your priority right, that would work. Yeah, now I'm doing, for example, more about running a business seminars, you know. And it's also nice. Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me know that, because I just find it very not hard. But I agree with you with prioritizing your time, because being at school and trying to go to seminars and then study, sometimes it can be very overwhelming. So I'm glad that
Totally.
you did
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
that. And what type of techniques do you use in practice?
So, well, in when it's a baby, pregnant lady, it's more, you know, some blocks, some SOT blocks or cranial, but mostly it's this type of syntropy training, which is basically structural adjustments and, you know, like 3-4 segments, and but really specific and powerful, that when you get one adjustment, it's like, oh my God, you know, I have kind of enough. So 3-4 segments max. I really like to combine it with a condyle lift seminar technique, which there are a lot of seminars that the syntropy guys also, they teach that. The condyle lift technique, it's occipital lift, and it's very nice. You clear immediately in the upper area, and also it's an elongation of the whole spinal cord. So a lot of segments, they go back to place already, and then you just need to adjust a couple of segments more, and that's more than enough input neurologically for the patient to heal until the next adjustment. Yeah, so I basically do that. Yeah.
Amazing. So you more so like to do upper cervical, or you just have like a range of things that you do? It just depends upon your patient.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, I always adapt the timing with the patient. It's not that I have a straight protocol that I always do this and I just follow these indicators. No, but it's true that depending the patient, you can see me with an activator on my hands, or you can see me doing a Thompson drop for the pelvis, or maybe, you know, if I see this atlas laterality, you will see me toggling. That's totally, you know, I totally adapt. And mostly I just have the feeling, and I try to, you know, innate communication, what my experience, what my feeling gives me and tells me. I try to be very present and focused, and try to read what's the right technique for that patient, and what's the best response for that patient. You know, sometimes people, if they're very sick and they never got adjusted, mm, something light, maybe, well, a condyle lift, it's not light at all, but maybe one condyle lift, it's enough for the whole thing, in many adjustments for that person. So it's trying to read and understand the person. And but normally I always, start from pelvis, finish in upper cervical, and 3-4 segments, and being whatever technique it is. But normally manually, at least one will be manually and structurally. Yeah.
Okay. And my next question is, well, I guess, what is your favorite technique and why, if you have one?
Yeah, I would say my favorite technique is the condyle lift. Yeah, because I love to receive it as a patient, and no rotation. It just like boom, and you just feel enlightened and unblocked, and energy is flowing with one move. It's so powerful, and it's so nice feeling. You open up what is needed, and sometimes I feel it more up, sometimes I feel it until my sacrum. And I like to receive that one, and that's the one I'm mastering more right now. I have a lot to improve comparing with those masters, but I'm it's the one I'm working hard now, and I love also the results with my patients with that one.
That's amazing. Well, I'm sure you're going to be great at it. I'm sure you're good at it now. So,
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that.
are you a personal injury wellness type practice or?
Yeah. Um, Yeah, that's a very good one, because at the beginning, I will tell you a secret. At the beginning, when I graduated, I'm very perfectionistic, so I was very focused on like why these patients were not getting better. With the patients that were not getting better, I was putting more energy and more attention to those ones, which other ones that immediately, oh, headaches are gone, or this is gone. But this specific vertigo or autistic patient, or this hernia still hurts, or I was focused on that until someone gave me an advice, and they told me, but how many are those that you are not so concerned about them? And maybe it was just five, or it was the 95% were getting better straight away, and there was another 5-10% that were not. And you know when I started to put my energy with this 95% of patients, or 90% of patients that they were getting better straight away, I was enjoying more practice, and I was being more, like long-term energy was better, for a high volume practitioner. So I could handle the energy much better, and enjoy it much better, and focus much better. And so I realized at that moment, it's when I stopped actually applying now AK, now SOT, now cranial, and I started being just working more on the principles, and being more straight, and say, okay, I clear the subluxation, and if that's a patient who, we both connect, and it's a patient that I can help, then it's fine. If not, I will refer it to another colleague of mine. If it's a very neurology case, I will refer it to a specialist of functional neurology, or another one, pure SOT practitioner, more craniopath, because one thing is very, very clear is that chiropractic, I guess you agree, Chelsea, chiropractic is for everyone, but not every chiropractor can help everyone. So once I had this clear that I'm not God, that there is limitation of matter in the patients, but also there is a type of energy that I have. And if you go to my practice, you will see the majority of people, kind of the same energy as I have. And these are the people that I enjoy. So I have it clear. These are my target of people, and that's what I do, and if they get better, great, they are in the right spot. If not, I refer them. First is the health of the patient, second is my reputation, and also I will do my absolute best every time, but I also want to make sure that I can do my best. And if my talent is that one, I will stick on this. And yeah, that's actually it. Yeah.
And what is your ultimate goal to achieve as a chiropractor?
Yeah. So when Momentum was born, it was not to be only one chiropractic office. It was to build a community, and I like to educate the patients. And as I said, I'm more a wellness type and not focusing on the symptom, so that's very nice, after coming from the previous question, because being more wellness type, I not only want to adjust, but I also want to educate them. So I really love the patients that they want to come and they want to they are just normal, trying to skip pain, and they want to bring their health in a natural way to an optimal potential. That's my goal. That's when I really enjoy, wellness people. So in that wellness people, I also would love to do public speaking, and I would really like to be more involved in inspiring them with talks or with YouTube videos or whatever. When I was studying, I was working as a top model in the fashion industry. So yeah, I'm not scared with cameras, and I'm not scared with talking in front of many people or cameras. So that's a talent that I put it in aside, but it needs to come. So public speaker, it's also in my goals. And also I love writing, and I know 80% of the population, they want to write a book, but only 1% of the people does. And I really hope to be one day one of these 1% of the people who write my own book. um, that's, I think, my ultimate goal as a chiropractor, to reach out massively, and not only one at the time, which I really enjoy, but also, being an inspirator for the rest. Yeah, I love that.
That's amazing. Well, I look forward to reading your book one day. So
Yeah, thank you. I'll let you know.
I definitely want to read your book. My question is, what is some advice you would give a future chiropractor?
Yeah, my advice. My advice is that it's very important that you stay grateful every time, and that you feel that you're doing the right thing and you're in the right path. And if you are fulfilled, you will enjoy the whole process. Because being a great chiropractor, when you are good, you can be better. When you're better, you can be a master. And it's a never ending process. So, in order to enjoy all that process, all that beautiful journey, it's very important that you, as I said before, you stick on your values, you stick on your priorities, you do your best. And just the thing that you are grateful for what you have right now. Even I was working in practices that probably there were things that I didn't share, but I was grateful because I was learning communication skills. I was learning how to manage a practice and other things. You are grateful, you're enjoyed, you are fulfilled, because you're learning something. If not, you change. And it's also fine. When I decided, it was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna stay all my life in Barcelona. And then you reach out there, opportunities come, and just putting it in the universe, the universe intelligence will send it back, and you just need to see that the opportunities, and find the right one for you at that time. So if you're grateful every time, and you know exactly where you want to go, and you fight for this, you will be fulfilled. And I think that's very important, because Chelsea, like, maybe like you say, I don't know what your goal is, but I would love to interview you the day you will be a chiropractic doctor very soon. But the thing is, if you want to get a practice and you want to have this amount of patients a week, it's never enough, because the human being, how we work, it's never enough. Then you reach that, and then you want that, and then you want that house, and when you have that house, you want this thing, and you want a boat, or you want to reach out and go to this stage to talk, and it's never enough. But if you are grateful every time with what you have, you are fulfilled, because you have heard so many stories, I guess, as well as me, those celebrities that they are still unhappy, and after reaching so many things, like recording movies, being bestseller authors, um, founding, I don't know, like rescue foundations and all these things they do, they're still not fulfilled, and they whatever, they do tragic things with themselves or their lives. And and that's the thing, and it's because they are not fulfilled. And there is never the right amount of things that you want to reach. It's endless, and more if you are ambitious, because you are just interviewing me as a ready student. I think it's a very proactive attitude, and I'm very ambitious too, and it's never enough. So being fulfilled, it's the key, and to be fulfilled, it's to be grateful, and to be grateful, it's to do your very best of your values and your priorities at that moment.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I love that advice. I'm going to actually use that tomorrow for one of my quotes. So I'll definitely mention you in my post.
Beautiful. I love that. Fast applier. I love it.
So